I made this move to portrait painting as revenge. I was sick of continual criticism. Everyone pretended to be shocked by the nudes in my paintings for the university. It was so hypocritical, coming from a Viennese society whose surface of wealth and glitter and music was underpainted by corruption and poverty and exploitation. We were supposed to be the centre of European culture. I had a feeling that this empire would someday soon self-destruct in some horror worthy of Hieronymus Bosch. I tried to unite my own world. Our secession movement no longer differentiated between high and low art, between arts and crafts. Yet I was still not accepted by society. Well, I showed them I had a plan. To regain my independence, I bought back from the authorities all the paintings I had sweated over for years. I no longer undertook public works. I worked privately. I still had to support my mother, my brothers and sisters, our home. My scheme was to part the wealthy industrialists from their money by painting some of their prized possessions, their wives. I had painted Amelia Flurg when she was 17, and 2 years later I managed to capture her inner as well as her outer beauty. But I was far from satisfied. The portrait could have been painted by any other artist. I had no style of my own. Working closely and sharing ideas with Amelia for the Flurg fashion house was bliss. I wore one of her smock designs all the time in my studio. I used her designs in my portraits. Usually I only painted a subject once, but this was my third portrait of Amelia, my late brother's wife. I loved it, but she was not happy with it. Or is it me she was not happy with? I refused to give up my studio life, sketching all the models there. This portrait was all about design. It was flat with no perspective. I was doing this with my landscapes. I flattened them by observing scenes through opera glasses to obliterate perspective. I omitted tone to remove recession. Having no skyline flattened the picture, and there were no figures in the landscapes. They would surely be hated. So I hid the female form. The work was all decoration, but more and more of Vienna's wealthy men wanted their wives immortalized by me. My true artistic love was of the female form. I had hundreds of sketches of the various women who liked to while away their time in my studio and, most importantly, when I desired, stop what they were doing and pose. This was when I was at my happiest. My best work was when I described humanity truly. As Freud was telling us, the basis of our existence was our sexual drive, a male's attraction to a female. The public did not see the sketches, so could not disapprove. I was amazed that my portraits fetched even more money. It gave me immense pleasure spending it, transferring wealth to the working man and the poor. All the clients got was a minimum representation of their wives, their outer appearance. I painted little of their inner lives, their personalities. I was influenced by the ancient Egyptians' love of gold, the symbol of wealth and life itself. My trip to Ravenna to see those Byzantine mosaics changed my life, inspired my unique style. Scheiße. My work became even more popular. The more I spent, the more I made. I had the Midas touch, yet I was not happy. I longed for my summer escapes from the city to the Attersee with the Flöger family. Outdoor life was idyllic. I found peace of mind in nature and being around Amelia. I accepted she loved her fashion house too much to ever give it up for motherhood. Although she didn't openly criticize my way of life, I sensed her disapproval. My studio, my willing models, were just a life class for me, one that just happened to go on all day. Because the public had loved my use of gold in portraiture, I resorted to obliterating it by overpainting with colourful decorations from nature and from the Orient. Yet the wealthy love these even more. They still did not realize they were being played with. There's no satisfaction in defeating an enemy if they are oblivious to the war. Amelia was in each picture, but only visible to my eyes. As I predicted so long ago, our empire and the world are at war. I feel like giving up, surrendering everything in my life. Maybe I've been a bachelor too long. Even marriage now seems out of the question. Amelia again, but in another woman's body. Could I give up my studio? The thousands of nude sketches? That would make Amelia happy. But perhaps we have known one another too long and too deeply to be more than friends. Here I am, back at the Attersee. After today's work and a swim in the lake, I am going to take Amelia out in my rowing boat. We will talk privately, and I will ask her,